Hi, and welcome to Talking Sports. My name is Ormy King, and I got a great guy with us today. He's one of Auburn High's finest athletes that I can recall in my time in Auburn. So, Joe, it's Joe Schlase, and I appreciate you being on our show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Joe,
Thank you.
we enjoy having you here. So, how about filling us in a little bit about your family and who they are? So.
All right. So I'm sure a lot of people know my grandfather Dundee.
Dundee.
He's a big sports name in Auburn, and
Very big.
yeah, everyone pretty much knows him. When you say Dundee, they know exactly who he is.
He was a terrific athlete himself.
Yeah,
He really
yeah.
was. In just about every sport you could think of. So he's very good.
And then my father, Joe Schlase, also.
Another great athlete.
He played football, baseball, basketball all throughout, even into college. He played with Auburn High School too.
I wish he was here so I could pick on him.
I know. He's camera shy though.
He
Camera
is
shy.
camera shy. I
Yeah.
know. That's great. Well, tell us a little bit about your family. Besides that.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Auburn, New York, with all of them, and we grew up. One of the houses that I remember, first house I remember when we were all together, was on Dexter Ave. And,
Dexter. Okay.
We grew up there. We used to play. I don't know if you remember who Dickie Hoy is, right?
Yeah. Oh, geez, Dickie Hoy.
Yeah.
How could we not know Dickie Hoy?
Yep.
He's a terrific athlete. Always had a little cigar there too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He lived kitty corner to us. So my family, myself, my sisters. I have two little sisters, Marie and Melissa. We used to go out on Sunday nights and we'd play wiffle ball in the middle of the street with all of Dickie's, Mr. Hoy's grandkids. You know, Matt Hoy, Mitch Hoy, all
a
of
big
them.
family.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we used to all do that. Me and my siblings used to have a good time playing sports when we were little kids. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, let's see. How about nickname? You got a nickname that they call you?
Back in the day, they used to call me, like, this is middle school, it never stuck with me. It was a Shoelace, because playing on
Shoelace?
Shoelace, because of my last name, Shoelace, and then
oh, I like that.
yeah, and then my dad's nickname was Shoey, so they used to call me Little Shoey. All of his friends called me that, and
okay.
But that never really stuck either, But that's what I used to be called.
A lot of nicknames. Dundee. I mean, right? It goes on and on. That's great. So, yeah. Where primarily was your family home on Dexter Ave?
Yeah, that was the first one that I remember, and it was the one that I enjoyed the most because of just the kids in the neighborhood coming out. It's like one of those old school neighborhoods where you just go out in the middle of the street, play wiffle ball at set times, wait till the cars go by and stuff. It was one of those places that you'll never forget,
The Hoyt family, they produced a lot of great athletes, really.
Yeah.
And of course, Matt with his extra point at the very end, that was big. One of the biggest things I can remember in Auburn, to be honest with you, in a long time. So that's great. What schools did you go to first?
Well, I went to St. Joe's back in preschool. That was way back.
Way back when?
Yep. And then for elementary school, I went to Owasco.
Okay.
And I loved that school. And then for middle school, West Middle, which is now closed.
Right.
And then I went for my 4 years of high school right at Auburn.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
How about odd jobs as a kid when you were growing up? Anything you can come to mind?
One of the jobs that I hated but I loved at the same time was Lasca's. I worked at Lasca's as a dishwasher. It was one of my first jobs ever. And I wasn't a big fan of doing it, but the best part about it was that they used to give you any dinner you wanted on the menu after.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And then I also worked for Auburn Doubledays for a couple of years back in high school. And
neato.
that was one of the things that I kind of enjoyed doing.
You weren't peddling beer down there, right?
No.
Okay, all right.
But I was just working in the kids' recreation area a little bit, and the best part about it was just I had a perfect seat to the game, every single game that was at home.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's see. How did you get your love of sports, and what sports did you play?
Like I said, just growing up around it. Neighborhood kids used to always come out and play, and then my dad used to always be throwing me footballs, throwing me wiffle balls here and there, and obviously watching it too on TV, just watching your idols like Jeter, Rivera, all those guys, Manning, and that's really what gave me my love for sports.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I go back to Little League, obviously, and that was a great one. You were playing with my grandson, Brendan, and you guys got to the state finals, and As I recall, I think you hit 2 home runs that day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you did your part. We just couldn't quite pull it off. So
Yeah, it was a great experience, though.
yeah, it was. It was a great experience.
Was that back in 05, 06, that time period?
Right.
So we actually just, I don't know, Brennan told he didn't get a chance to make it, but we just had a 10-year reunion for that team, which is crazy because I mean I don't know where the time went.
Wow.
But
who were some of the other players back then?
We had like Connor Hare. I mean, he was a big name in Auburn.
Right.
Matt Nolan, Luke Dranzak. I mean, I can name all the guys. I brought a picture of them. I can name every single guy still.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. How about some of the coaches you had along the way?
Jeez, there's so many of them. Obviously, Coach Dave and Matt Moskoff, they really helped me out. They made me pretty much into the person that I am today with getting to college athletics. And then other coaches like Coach Burchard, he helped me out with baseball and football as well.
Right.
And those are just a few names of like the ton of coaches. And then Percharzik too. You know, he was a great coach too.
Who was your backfield back then when you were playing? So.
Oh, what year?
Well, primarily the junior and senior year.
Junior, senior year, we had myself, Jared Gregan, Julius Misro, and then back my sophomore year when I first started getting a decent amount of playing time, we had Jory McGriff. He was a pretty good running back back in the day, and then Marcus Babb. I don't know if you remember that name.
Oh, I remember Marcus very well.
Yeah. But yeah, that was good memories with all those guys.
All the Babbs are good athletes.
Yeah.
So. How about some of your funniest moments? Anything in humor that we can talk about?
I'm not going to say any names.
Some can't be told. I understand.
I can't say any names, but I remember watching from the sideline one of these games, and I remember certain someone having about 50 yards open field.
Right.
No one around him for probably about 50 yards or so, and he tripped on the 30-yard line. No one even touched him. And I just remember we still joke about it today, and that's just one of those things that you'll never forget. All the guys.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You tripped. Yeah. I had my cousin was Bill Lowry, and he was a heck of a running back for Auburn High, and he picked up a fumble one day, and he got disorientated, and he was running the wrong way.
Jeez.
He scored a touchdown for
Really?
the other team. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody screaming at him to stop.
Jeez.
But
bet you didn't let
he
him.
was a terrific runner. He played varsity football for 3 years. He was that good, but he averaged in his senior year. He averaged 10 yards a carry, which that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that is.
In a fullback position. So.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what do you like best about Auburn?
I'd say like just the hometown feel. I mean, you walk into Wegmans and you're there for 10 minutes, and you see 10, 15 people. You can't get out of there in 10 minutes. You know that.
You're absolutely right.
And I mean, just the homey feel. Like when you come home, like the last 3 years when I was at college, coming home, just seeing all the people like you grew up with, and just feeling at home.
Right. Wegmans that's a social place to be.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is trying to get my car out of there once you buy your groceries. It's kind of tough. So.
Yeah.
What are some of your funniest moments that have occurred to you over the years in sports?
Funniest moments, like I said, with the person tripping, that was pretty funny. And then probably just when I went to college for the first time, or even still in doubles, just being there for the first couple of days in practice and just seeing all the guys that are coming in out of shape, including myself some years, and we all thought that was pretty funny.
I doubt that.
Yeah, well, we'd be dying, and we always look back and joke about it and stuff. And by week 2 or 3, you're back in shape,
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is your dad your favorite coach or not?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
I would think so.
Back in Little League and even up to high school, even when he wasn't actually on the field coaching, he'd always be giving me some pointers here and there, offering support, and really making me the player that I was up through high school and college.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure you missed Dundee along the way. He's a terrific guy. And a terrific athlete himself. So, if you, what would be the one thing best that you would like to see about Auburn that you can think of?
Like change or
change, whatever it could be. Yeah.
I'd say I know previous people on the show have said this too, like just jobs coming back into the area, because it breaks my heart that I see some college athletes, or not even just college athletes, people from college coming back into Auburn, and looking for jobs and then having to go out of town to find other ones, you know what I mean? So
Right.
like when I come home now, it's kind of weird because everyone's back at school. But even next year when they all graduate, it's going to be weird when they come back and then go back out and find a job somewhere else. So
Yeah. It's unfortunately that's happening, and it continues to happen. But I've always been a proponent that I would love to see something like this become a 4-year college.
yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
'Cause I think one thing not only would be convenient for people that live here, but the kids, and when they get out of here, there might be something to go to, you know. But 2-year college is fine, but 4 would be much better.
I agree.
Most of them are. If you look around the surrounding area, Geneva, wherever you want to talk about, they all got a 4-year school going, and I think this would be wonderful. And I think it could happen.
I agree.
But
That would be awesome.
I'd love to see that happen. So, okay, here's one for you. The president of the USA gets $250,000 a year to run our country, and we recently paid an athlete $337 million. I wish it was you to swing the bat.
So do I.
But what do you think about that take, though? I mean, it's.
I think that the president, he probably should have gone to the sporting business if he wanted to make that much money, you know?
That's the
Yeah.
best answer I've
Yeah.
had. That's very good. Well, what else would you like to talk about? This is your mic, your time. You can talk about anything you'd like to. So.
I mean, just memories from my senior year. I don't know if you were at the game or not. Like one of the actually, there's 2 games that stick out to me the most. It would be my sophomore year, the homecoming game against Henniger.
Right.
And we were underdogs big time, and that's just one of those memories you never forget because you come out and you win.
Right.
It was my sophomore season, and no one expected us to win, especially on homecoming night, and that was one of the wins that I really enjoyed having. And then the second one, it was my last game in Holland Stadium, my senior year, and we played Corcoran, and we were down by 20 points at halftime, if you remember.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And we came back, won that game, and it was just a great way to go out in Holland Stadium after playing there for 4 years, and then, I mean, another 2 for JV and modified, you know.
Right.
It was just a great way to remember the last game there, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is your mic, so you can talk about anything you'd like to, and I'll try and help you along. So.
One of the honors that I received that really humbled me was the Coach Bob Dean Leadership Award.
Right.
And I know that's one of those awards around Auburn that people talk about, and I remember I interviewed for it, wrote an essay, and really wanted to achieve this award. And Mr. Dick Williams, I know you're pretty good friends with him.
Right.
He was one of the people that interviewed me, and they were all impressed. He told me they were impressed, and I ended up receiving it. And it was just one of those honors that I really wanted to get, and I'll never forget getting. And I have it still plastered right on my wall. Was it 3-4 years later now? And it's one of those things that I'll cherish forever.
That's as good an honor as you could get.
Yeah.
Bob Dean was my coach also, and he's a terrific guy.
Mm-hmm.
They had a dinner for him when he finally retired, and we had 400 people that were down to Holiday Inn, and it was amazing to see that many people turn out for a coach. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Just a great guy. So.
Yeah.
And his wife's still alive. She's at Westminster, but Betty, if you're out there, we miss you. So.
Yeah. I still have a picture of her. The person that I won the award with was Devin Gwinnett.
Okay.
And they made us take a picture after, and she's standing right in the middle of all of us.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Still have that right up on my wall right next to the plaque.
He was a great guy.
Yeah.
In fact, when he died, Betty called me and said, "Ormy, I got a bunch of stuff." And he had 3 of these navy blue sacks. There's one of them over there, but they're just loaded with all the sports equipment that he ever used.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of nice. So we kind of circulate him around the room here. But he's a terrific guy, and she's a terrific gal. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you ran into injuries, and that kind of hurt you a little bit, didn't it? Yeah.
I mean, it was unfortunate. My freshman year at UB, University of Buffalo, I made it through camp. That's the hardest part. I made it through summer conditioning. I went up what was it, 9 days after I graduated high school. Went through, I think it was about 6-7 weeks of summer conditioning, which is tough coming in as a freshman.
Oh, sure.
And then I made it through 23 days of camp, which is you literally get up at 6 a.m. You're not back in the hotel until about 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. sometimes. And made it through the hardest part. went into week 1, and as soon as week 1 was over, second practice of that second week, I ended up tearing my ACL, and that was obviously tough. It was real tough, and I ended up coming back from that. I had to miss spring ball that next year. Ended up making the travel squad my sophomore year, playing a little bit of special teams, a little bit of fullback, and then in the off season that year, I ended up tearing my labrum in my shoulder. So, I mean, I've just had a little bit of bad luck, but it was a good time. I ended up coming back again my junior year. I played with my torn labrum for that year. Only played a little bit of special teams, a little bit of fullback here and there, and then decided to get surgery on it and hang up the cleats. So it was a tough decision, but
who did the surgery for you?
Up in Buffalo, my ACL was done by Dr. Mark Feinberg, and he's now with the Bills. So I mean, he's one of those top of the line guys. And then Dr. Wind did my labrum surgery, and so far it's been so good.
I'm asking those because I'm having a problem with mine. And,
go right up to them. They're great. They're great.
They're having a problem. Well, that's great. I honestly think, as good a football player as you were, I think if you could have been a baseball catcher, because what I seen, you're the best I've ever seen for high school, at a high school level. I mean it. And like I say, when you went to the state finals and you put 2 out of the park that day, I mean, that cleared it for me. And you had a hell of a throwing arm in case anybody was trying to steal on you. So and of course that kind of hurts your.
I know. I miss it, but
I'm sure.
I'm glad I stuck with football. I mean, it got me through college and everything, and but I do really miss baseball. I wonder what would have happened if I stuck with it.
Maybe that $337 million. You never know.
Oh, I know, right?
You'd go for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, your father, all the time when he was coaching like first or third base, he was always going with all these motions. What was he telling you?
I don't even know.
Hit it out of the park?
Yeah, pretty much. He was just saying, just hit the ball as hard as you can and see what happens.
You did.
Yeah.
And you did.
Yep.
That's great. Well, continue on. You can talk about anything you'd like to. So.
Do you have any questions? Any other questions for me?
No, I don't. I can't think of any. Let me just see if I got any more here. I don't mean to hold you up here.
No, you're fine.
You're all warm.
All set.
Anytime.
Joe, I got to tell you this, and I mean it. You're one of the best athletes I've witnessed in a long, long time. And I know you've had all kinds of injuries and everything, but what are your plans for the future right now? What do you think you'd like to do?
I mean, it's been a tough couple of months trying to go back and forth. I've been trying to make up my mind and figure out what I want to do with the next step in my life. And I mean, right now I'm kind of stuck between, I was looking into military options as far as officer school, and I've kind of taken a step back from that as of right now, and I'm looking to possibly go back to graduate school up at Buffalo. That might be my next goal, and we'll see what happens with that.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. So.
Anything else you'd like to add to it? Or?
I mean, after that, I'd love to go into possibly the administrative side of college or professional sports, because I mean, I've been on the field. It'd be nice to see like what goes on behind the scenes, and
sure would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, or no?
Not much.
Okay. Well,
it was a pleasure being here.
Well, I'm proud to say that you came.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. I wish you all the best in the future. So.
Thank you. It was an honor.
I'm sure you'll have a bright future.
Thank you very much.
Just don't go with your dad when he's giving you all those signals. He's giving you the wrong signals.
Yeah.
Tell him I said so.
I will.
Okay. Tell him I'm very mad that he didn't show up today, too.
I know. He's afraid you're going to take him on screen and put him behind the camera.
I know him.
You know him and start stuttering and shaking.
Yeah. He's camera shy. Thanks again, Joe.
Yep. Thank you very much. It was an honor. It was an honor.
Solis. And Solis following up.
Auburn handoff to number 30.
Oh, so punt. Going to raise the ball. Screen pass for Solis. Goes on the third.